obviously money's super important, but with the near-death experience, did you have any sort of epiphanies or anything happen or any more focus on life or things that you had to think about?
It's really interesting. It really threw me through a loop, and I was kind of off. Just wasn't myself. I remember telling my husband, like, it's the first day I haven't listened to anything about crypto in like 4 years. Like, not one thing. Like, that day I remember it, and I was just like, what's going on with me? And yeah, it took a toll on me, but I'm literally giving my blood, sweat, and tears to this. You know, I'm like traveling the world. You know how it is. It's exhausting. It's trying. It's like very demanding, but it's also very rewarding because you're fulfilling your purpose in life. So when I got home and I really let it sink in about the near-death twice experience, it really got me to think, like, I got a sense of urgency in me. Like, I just need to go. I just need to do things, you know, like Top Gun's one of my favorite movies. The new one, I love that movie. And you know how Tom Cruise, he says to, I forgot his name, Hanger Bird, he's got a name, but he says, listen, don't think, just do. And I think that I can tend to overanalyze and try to make things perfect before I put them out there. And I just got this sense of urgency, like, I need to do this now. I need to launch this now. I need to get going now and take advantage of every waking minute of every day to like do what I set out to do, especially with these timelines on the horizon, you know? So it's really important, not just the financial aspect, of course, but like the freedom to do whatever you want, to be with your loved ones, you know, the propelling fire and fuel behind what you're doing. I mean, if it's just money, it's going to be kind of empty, I think. So for me, it's about the freedom, but it's also about to live my life in you know, do the things I want with my loved ones. Like, I just want everybody to be able to have that kind of opportunity, you know?
And I mean, there is an abundance of opportunity out there. And I think that's the thing with mainstream media, that it allows us to think that doom, gloom, and there's plenty of doom, gloom, don't get me wrong. But especially in this space, I feel like, you know, there's huge opportunity for people to elevate their lives and to change their lives. And I really think, you know, voices like your own and people that are trying to spread the message about this opportunity for people, it's super powerful. And for them, I just hope people listen. You know, and I think that's the thing, convincing people to get on board with something so to them is insane, like they don't understand finance. So digital kind of money, it's like, if you just take the time to get through it, I think you'll find huge benefit from it. One thing I found, and I think you touched on it, like people get super involved in it, and we've spoken about this before, and then it kind of takes over their entire life. You just said, I've not listened to a thing in 4 years, well, day off without 4 years. And I think it's to do with physical, mental fitness and health. Like, I think after the scare that you had as well, I know you're trying to push people in the direction of being healthy and exercising, and how's that going in the crypto space?
You know, it's a really good topic for right now, actually, because I'm going to be putting out some content on that, because recently one of the biggest YouTubers in the space, BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, he's had a bit of a, you know, difficult time. His life has kind of spiraled out of control. He actually just made it known that he was on steroids, right? And the thing about being on steroids, especially without a medical prescription, he says he has a medical prescription, but whatever it is, like, it can cause you to do like a lot of irrational things. And he's been having trouble with his weight for a long time and losing weight. And I think in general, it's just a reflection of the space itself being unhealthy and being obsessive and being like on the internet typing all day. And so the steroids is beside the point. It's mainly like the way that his life spiraled out of control when he stopped focusing on like actual health and actual things, you know, that you do that make you happy in life and make you feel good and propel you forward. So I think like fitness is a huge thing in reaching freedom, because your mind is clear, you feel good, you can make sound decisions. You know this. You're, you know, a professional athlete. I think that like it needs to come back. And I think that in order for people to like get control of things or feel better when times are tough, is to be, you know, to take their health seriously, right? Like,
I think for me, I found is going through spats of my life being extremely healthy and being unhealthy, is the clarity that you get from health and from fitness is unmatched. You cannot get it anywhere else. But the problem is that it creeps in. I don't know BitBoy, don't know who he is. He's on steroids, cool, I don't know. But I'm sure what happened to him is he slowly got obsessed with crypto or whatever the mechanism is that gets you obsessed, and then it slowly creeps in on you, and you forget, you literally don't know what it feels like to be healthy. You completely forget what clarity you have and how you feel, and then you walk up the stairs one day and you go, okay, I need to get into shape. And some people never get back there, you know. So I think that's the issue, is it's like like 1,000 cuts, like slow. And if you don't have the regime in place or the knowledge, again, I think fitness, a lot of it comes down to knowledge. Same as crypto. Like what they're doing to us in the financial world, they're also doing us to in the physical world with food and what we eat. And if you go in a supermarket and you walk down the aisles, nothing is real food. Nothing. So understanding when you turn something over and if you look at it and understanding what food is, like that's a huge part of it as well. But I think, like you said, having the mechanism in place to wake up and think, okay, the number one thing that is important in life is your health. But the vehicle that you are living this experience through is your body. So you need to look after it. But crypto people especially, I think, lose that because their vehicle becomes their computer.
Right,
they live on the internet. So to try and bring that back into the body can be quite difficult for them because they're waiting for the pump.
Yeah, and for those dopamine hits, and that's how when I start walking, it's astounding the ideas that I get that I didn't have when I was sedentary. Like just the simple thing of moving. If you keep moving, you're good. That's always what I say. And the health is most obviously wealth. And so the reason I brought that up about BitBoy is because I met him a long time ago. He's a super nice guy. He did a lot for crypto. He brought a lot of people over, but you could just witness this sort of like, in the end, this unveiling of events where he kind of just fell apart. It fell apart. It was a lot of egocentric content, and it was a lot of things that didn't make sense. And I think that the steroids definitely is one factor. It's like a quick fix to something that needs to be worked on from the inside out, most likely. And that's just in his individual case. And I think in a lot of people's cases, it could be. I think if he starts to take his health seriously, things will massively change for him just by the fact that you're thinking so much more clearly, like you said.
Well, you said about emotional control being a big part of it. And like steroids are basically hormones, estrogenous hormones that you're putting into your body that can really affect your emotional state. And they call it roid rage, right? I don't know what roid rage is when you're trading, but sell. I don't know. But yeah, so understanding that and getting clean and having a clean outlook, this crypto space or digital space, it's amazing, but we have to remember that we live in a physical world and we need to look after the body that we have and the mind that we have. And I think once you have that connection, I always say that the mind is only as strong as the body, and the body is only as strong as the mind. So if you're physically strong, you're mentally strong, and you can utilize that in the digital world as well.